Welcome to the Dollar Bill Show, episode 56. I watched this documentary on Cyndi Lauper, who I love. Like, everybody around my age, like, is a huge Madonna fan, you know, and champions Madonna. And, like, I get that, you know. I especially loved when Madonna had her comeback and came out with all those great dance songs. Some of the best dance songs ever, in my opinion. But Cyndi Lauper, when I was a little kid, her songs were the fucking best, man. And plus, like, the establishment, she had a hard time and they wouldn't push her music. They wouldn't get behind her music. And it wasn't until she went and got on back then what was the WWF, which is the WWE now, and collaborated with them, and then she became a huge star, and she's the greatest to me. But it's kind of like, in a way, it reminds me of Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey, and it's like, you see that, like, and Lana Del Rey does, if these Grammys were about great songs, then Lana Del Rey would have a dozen of them, because she has some fucking epic songs and is probably the greatest songwriter in America right now. And this new album that she's got coming out, the songs that she's already released off of it are amazing. The best shit that I've heard in years, best sound that I've heard in years. And you can see, and Taylor Swift even knows, that's why when she wins these awards, she will take Lana Del Rey on stage with her, because she knows that Lana Del Rey deserves some of these awards. I'm not bashing Taylor Swift. She's like, kind of like the Springsteen of our era, mainly because the world doesn't know about what I've done yet, but for what she does, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest, it causes a little animosity with me, because I'm just like, she was bred to be that, and she had all the channels, and like, man, be thankful to your parents. You know what I'm saying? Because they're really the ones that made that happen. Like, it takes a whole team around you to make that happen. And she had it. But one way or another, you get there, whether you're a Eminem or a Taylor Swift. So congrats to her. She deserves every applause and everything, because regardless of who helped you, she has wrote 1,000 great songs, and literally 1,000 great songs. And the more I listen, the more I like what she does. The fucking bed bugs came back in my apartment and have been here for like a week. So you see, I'm sitting in a different chair. I took that couch and threw it in the fucking dumpster and sprayed in here like a couple times. Ordered some bed bug spray and sprayed and got rid of a bunch of shit. Man, I remember one time when I was working on the road, and this is back when I did drugs, and we stayed at this fucking Red Roof Inn, Bed Bug Inn up there in Clarksburg, and or Whitehall. Is that what it's called? I know that I was remodeling Whitehall when this happened at WVU, and everybody in there got them ate up by them bed bugs, but I swear that I was so high that, like, they didn't even bite me. Them bed bugs would bite me and then die probably. But they didn't bother me at all, but everybody in there got them. So, like, I've been struggling with trying to not watch porno because I know it's not good for me. And, but I mean, you see what's going on in the world right now, and like, hey, we're all human. I am a sinner, but there's this one porn star dude, Manuel Ferrara, and he's like, dude, he's the king of fucking in porno. He really is, dude. Like nobody puts it down like he does. But the problem I have with all of them is like it's always like I said the last time, like banging them doggy style and then putting your foot on the back of their neck and something like that, and it's all this mean stuff like spitting in each other's faces and all of this shit, and then it's just like I feel like that trickles down into our society, and everybody's like being mean to each other, and you can hear it in the songs like I'll go to play one of my songs on one of these streaming services, and then it leads in, and the next song is like, shoot my bitch, shoot my whore, shoot my bitch. And I'm just like, fuck these whores and shit like that. And I'm just like, damn, dude. And it's like, got the Glock, motherfucker, coming through the corner with the Glock, Glock. I got all the drugs. And this is all most of this shit is. And it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up that it's like that. But back to this Manuel Ferrara, dude. He did this move I've never seen before. It was the smoothest shit I ever seen in my life. He was fucking this girl, and he had her by the hands, just like he was fucking her missionary like this. And he had her hand in his hand like this. And he just like, he took it like this and put it across her mouth like that. And she just like got it barely wet. And then he like made this move down and like put it right on her pussy, like all in one motion. And I was like, this is the fucking slickest dude I've ever seen in my life. Well, I guess everybody knows about what's going on with this Charlie Kirk, and then that girl down in Charlotte got killed, and more kids killed in Colorado in schools, which seems like almost nobody cares about. It's nothing. But then one of these right-wing idols dies, and we're all supposed to be horribly upset, in which we are. We don't like that. I don't want nobody to fucking die. But how you all ignore every time that these faceless children get killed. They're nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? No policy change, no nothing like that. They ignore the fact that almost every one of these shooters is on one of these medicines like Zoloft or Paxil or a fucking one of that, whatever that shit is. They ignore it every time, and it's the same thing every fucking time. And then like 2 or 3 of these shooters have been trans people. What is it? 0.011% or some shit like that. 0.11, not even 0.11%. 0.98% of these shooters are like
I meant 99.8%.
Of course,
99.98% of these shooters are white males.
These like, and that's what Charlie Kirk was doing, dude. Like, you can't tell me. And let me say this too. And if J.K. Rowling has a fucking problem with this, she can go fuck herself. Imagine being a woman who hates trans people but looks like a tranny. And you can't say a bunch of fucked up shit and then expect people to treat you how you want to be treated. Because Charlie Kirk, he was doing the equivalent of going into a black church and calling everybody the N-word. So what the fuck did you expect was going to happen? Going to college campuses, spewing all that rhetoric? Most of these college kids don't really know what death is. And there's nobody more dangerous than a kid with a gun. We all know that. And all of you making these posters online with Dr. King and John F. Kennedy and putting Charlie Kirk on there with them, they are not in the same boat, and shame on you for that. Because they were at the opposite end of the spectrum of love and hate. They fought for everybody. And I will say this, I'm honestly not surprised that people are making posters like that with Charlie Kirk on the same poster as Dr. King and John F. Kennedy, because if you would even listen to his rhetoric, you're not that smart. And one thing that is for sure is that they are trying to turn blue and red into the new Israel and Palestine. And if you can't fucking see that, you're blind, because I see shit every day on CNN and the left that is pumping bullshit and hate into that side just as much as on the right. And fuck you left and fuck you right. I'll be right here in the middle. Have a good day.